Now, I've been criticized a lot in my life. Teachers telling me that I'm not going to achieve anything in my future. My ex saying that I'm too serious of an individual. My friends saying that leaving the corporate world to start a business is a big mistake. My family thinking that I don't know how to conduct my life. Why I'm sharing this is because I want to share 4 life lessons I learned in how to deal with criticism the hard way so that you can avoid the hurt and pain I had to go through. The first lesson I learned is you need to understand where and who the criticism is coming from. When I told my friends I'll be leaving the corporate world to start up my own business, most of them were against the idea. They said I'm making a huge mistake and I would struggle to make any money from it. They did not believe in the idea at all. It hurt me a lot because I thought these were my so-called friends, people that will have my back and support me no matter what. I tried to explain to them the vision and what I'm going to do to achieve this and the practical steps I'm currently doing to making sure that this becomes a reality. But they still did not believe in the vision and how I was going to make this work. When I took a step back and looked at the situation for what it was, the criticism that was aimed at me was coming more from their own insecurities as opposed to the actual vision I had for the business. Their situation is they were stuck at a 9-to-5 job and they see me taking the risk, taking a plunge, leaving that world to try something new, something different. This made them feel bad about their own situation, knowing that they don't have the confidence or courage to take a leap for themselves. So when they saw me doing it, they wanted to bring me down to keep me at their level. There is this quote that says, often those that criticize others reveal what he himself lacks. When you are able to see where the criticism comes from and who it comes from, you will be able to differentiate if it's constructive or negative. If you want to switch your career or start up your own business, are the people around you giving you constructive feedback on things that you can improve on that you would not have seen or known otherwise? But they are still willing to support you and want you to do well in your venture. They believe in your vision and they are just giving you feedback so that you can improve and make sure that you achieve that goal that you set for yourself? Or is it criticism that bring you down and you can see that there is no substance behind it other than just negativity and knocking your confidence down? This is how you want to view it when you get criticism. The second lesson I learned is that constructive criticism is actually very beneficial to you if you take it the right way. There was a time when I spoke against one of my family members. I spoke in a bad manner. It was a heated argument and I lost it. Now, I told this to one of my friends and he said that as much as he understands why I did this, I should not have spoken in that manner, that I should go and apologize. I should have controlled my emotions and this is not the right way to go about it. I could have taken this constructive criticism in 2 ways. The first one is to put my defense up and say, hold up, this is not my fault. They're the one to blame. Why should I be apologizing? They're the one who should be apologizing to me. Or I look at what happened and see where I went wrong. Does my friend have a valid point here? Because maybe I'm so much in an emotional state that I'm not able to see where he's coming from. And when my emotions reduce, I'll be able to understand why he said what he said. As difficult as it was to deal with those emotions of anger and rage, I realized that there is wisdom in that criticism. If I'm able to look at that criticism in the right way and take it for what it is, I'm only going to grow and improve as an individual. In the end, I did apologize to my family member, realizing that that was the right thing to do. Regardless of what happened, I should not have spoken to that person in that manner. And this was me listening to the constructive criticism that only allowed me to grow and improve as an individual. When you receive criticism, understand that there is wisdom and knowledge that you can learn, especially if that person has your best interest at heart, especially when that person wants you to do well. If you are able to change your lenses and see that this person is telling me things that I'm faltering, this person is telling me things that I can improve on, you are only going to grow. If you can look at it in a way where, okay, tell me where I'm going wrong, tell me what things I should be doing, tell me what things I could be improving, that is only going to help you to grow and improve as an individual. Think about it this way. Isn't it better that someone is telling you on things that you can improve as opposed to someone telling you well done all the time? What are you actually learning when someone is just telling you well done, you're doing well? There's nothing there to be learned. So for you to learn and improve, you need to be able to look at those criticism as a way of, this is constructive feedback that's going to help me grow and learn and reach new levels as an individual for myself. The third lesson I learned is criticism is not personal. There was a time in the early days of running the business where I had a client that was not willing to pay the full price and only half the price of the service I was providing because they were not happy or satisfied with what I was giving. It was not to their level. And I'll be honest with you, that hurt me. I took it personal because it made me feel that what I was doing was not good enough. But when I was able to reduce my emotions, when I was able to take a step back and think, okay, why did this client pay only half price? What was it that I was doing that was not good enough? Me going back to that client and asking for feedback was the best best thing I did. Why? Because it allowed me to understand where the criticism was coming from. It allowed me to understand where my shortfall was and what I can improve on. With that feedback, I was able to make sure that the service I was providing was top notch, so that any new clients coming in into the future would not have a single problem. And that is what I did. I made sure that every single part of my service was 100% top notch based on the criticism or the constructive criticism I got from that client, so that any new clients that's coming in would not have the problem the previous client had, and they would have quality service. Looking back at that experience, I'm very grateful it happened. Yes, in the moment it was painful, but now when I look back at it in hindsight, without that feedback, without that constructive criticism, if I did not look at it in the right lens and take that on board, I would not be where I am today. When you receive criticism, don't take it personally. I know it's difficult to do. It's not easy because it feels like someone is piercing your heart and it hurts. You will take it personally. But if you're able to take a step back and control your emotions, look at it from the lens of, okay, someone here is telling me something that I've not heard from other people. Someone here is telling me something that I could be improving on. You got to look at it this way. When someone is criticizing you and you're able to take that criticism into a positive way of, okay, someone is giving me feedback on how I can improve myself, on how I can reach the next level, that's something that you are going to want to have, because most people these days are just saying, well done, you're doing great, well done, and they're not really willing to actually tell you the truth for what it is. So when you have that person, especially that person who wants you to do well and is telling you, listen, you got to fix up because you should not have spoken to this person this way, you should not have acted in this way, that is something where you want to take that as gem and use it for yourself, knowing that this is only going to grow you as a person. Change the way you look at criticism and you will be able to grow very, very rapidly as an individual. The fourth lesson I learned is you are going to get hurt and it's okay. No matter what you do, no matter what you achieve in life, you are always going to come across someone who is going to criticize you. You are always going to come across someone who is not happy with what you're doing. And that is okay. That is the world. That is the world that we live in. No one is perfect. No one should be striving to become perfect. You are you. You are unique in the person that you are, in the way you have been created. And as long as you are doing what you said you were going to do, as long as you are on the path that you said you wanted to be in, it doesn't matter what other people say about you. It doesn't matter what other people want you to do or don't want you to do, because you are on the path of where you want to go. You are on your own journey. And if you are able to remind yourself of that every time you get these people telling you these things about you, or telling you that what you're doing is wrong or what you're doing is not going to get you anywhere in life, remind yourself of your journey. Remind yourself of the person that you want to become. Remind yourself of the person that you strive to be. And as long as you are on that path, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.